5 careers come out of one chemistry degree, and the best paid never set foot in a hospital. Forget the lab coat. Forget the idea that chemistry is just a backup plan for students who could not get into pre-med. That picture is decades out of date. The truth is bigger. A chemistry major opens a row of careers. They build batteries, bridges, clean water, and the materials inside almost everything you own. So here is the deal. 5 chemistry careers, ranked by what they actually pay, straight from federal labor data. For each one you get the real number, the exact path, how long it takes, and whether a machine can take the job. The one at the top clears 6 figures with a 4-year degree. Let's start there. Career number 1 is the highest paid on this whole list, and almost nobody can name it. Materials scientists. The median pay is $117,790 a year. The field is growing faster than the average job, around 5 to 6% this decade. And the entry ticket is a 4-year bachelor's degree. So what do they actually do? A materials scientist figures out what stuff should be made of. The glass on your phone that survives a drop. The battery that holds a charge for years. The lightweight blade on a wind turbine. Someone studied the chemistry of those materials and made them stronger, lighter, or cheaper. The path is cleaner than most people expect. A bachelor's in chemistry or materials science. A couple of research internships while you are still in school. And you can walk into an entry role. Some research-heavy jobs want a master's. Plenty do not. Companies like Corning, the people behind the tough glass on millions of phones, hire for exactly this. The professional home of the field is a group called ASM International. University programs like the one at Northwestern feed straight into industry. Now the honest catch. The best jobs cluster around a few industries. Semiconductors, batteries, aerospace. So location can matter. The fix is simple. Pick internships in the industry you want before you graduate. That builds the network that hires you. Can a machine do this job? Not really. Software can model a material and suggest a recipe. A human still has to run the experiment, read the failure, and decide what to trust. That judgment is the job. Career number 2 is where chemistry shakes hands with engineering. Career number 2 is materials engineers. The median pay is $112,860 a year. It is also growing faster than average, around 5 to 6%. Here is the difference from career number 1. A materials scientist asks what a material should be. A materials engineer takes that material and makes it survive the real world. The heat, the stress, the corrosion, the cost target. They live where chemistry meets design. The path is a 4-year engineering degree, ideally one that lets you sit for the engineering licensing exams later if you want to climb. You will find them in aerospace, automotive, electronics, and advanced manufacturing. The honest catch is that the title sits between 2 departments. Early on, you have to prove which problems you own. The fix? Specialize fast. Pick metals, or polymers, or chips, and become the person they call. And a machine cannot sign off on whether a part is safe to ship. A human carries that. Career number 3 trades the factory floor for the open field. Career number 3 is geoscientists. The median pay is $101,920 a year. Growth is steadier here, closer to 3 or 4%, about average. These are the people who read the planet. They map what is underground and find water and energy. They judge whether a hillside is safe to build on and clean up contamination. It is part lab, part office, part boots in the mud. The path is a 4-year geoscience or earth science degree. Most states require a license to sign off on professional work, usually a few years of supervised experience plus an exam. The honest catch is the fieldwork, travel, and weather come with it. But here is the flip. That same fieldwork is exactly why this job resists automation. A model can read a map. It cannot stand on a site and judge what the ground is actually doing. Environmental consulting, energy, and mining firms hire for this steadily. Career number 4 follows the water. Now stop for a second, because here is where the data gets interesting. Look at the pattern across this list. Every single one of these careers starts with the same first step, a 4-year chemistry or science degree. Not medical school, not a decade of training, not a mountain of doctorate debt. The exact major that gets sold as a pre-med holding pattern is the on-ramp to all 5 of these. And notice something else. The 2 highest payers, the materials careers, are the ones almost no counselor mentions by name. The famous version of chemistry, the doctor track, is the longest and most crowded road. The quiet versions pay six figures and start years sooner. That is the whole game. The label on the major never changed. What changed is knowing where it can actually take you. Career number 4 is proof. Career number 4 is hydrologists. The median pay is $96,600 a year. Now the honest number first. This is the slowest grower on the list, close to flat over the next decade. But flat is not shrinking, and here is why it still earns a spot. Hydrologists understand water, where it goes, how it moves underground, whether it is safe to drink, and how a city survives both a drought and a flood. As climate pressure rises, that expertise gets more valuable, not less. The path is a 4-year degree in geoscience, environmental science, or chemistry, often with some statistics on top. The honest catch is that the field is smaller, so openings are fewer. The fix is to pair water knowledge with data skills. That makes you the rare candidate everyone wants. And the core of the job, judging a real watershed on a real day, is not something software owns. They work for water agencies, consulting firms, and utilities. Career number 5 is the foundation under all of this. Career number 5 has the lowest number on this list, and in a way, it is the most important. Chemists. The median pay is $91,240 a year. It is growing faster than average, around 5 to 6%, and it needs only a 4-year bachelor's degree. No license. No graduate school required to start. This is the purest answer to the question this whole video asks. What can you actually do with a chemistry degree? You become a chemist. So what does that look like? You develop new products and improve old ones. You run the analysis that proves a medicine is safe. You solve the problem when a formula will not behave. Chemists work in pharmaceuticals, consumer products, and specialty chemicals. You also find them in quality labs in almost every industry that makes a physical thing. The path is the most direct on this list. A 4-year chemistry degree, an internship or a co-op while you study, and you can step into an entry role the summer after you graduate. The professional body is the American Chemical Society, a credential and a network that opens doors across the field. Companies like Merck hire chemists straight out of school. Contract labs such as Eurofins are full of early career roles, where steady hands and good judgment matter most. Now the honest catch, straight from people who do this work. The entry-level title can feel less glamorous than the brochure promised, and the bigger money often shows up on the applied, industrial side, rather than pure bench work. The fix is to treat the first job as a launch pad, not a destination. Aim at the higher-paid specialties on purpose. And here is the AI question for the role, at the very root of chemistry. A model can summarize a paper and suggest a reaction. It cannot stand at the bench, notice that something went wrong, and own the result. That is still a human. So what do all 5 of these careers have in common? Start with the obvious one. Every single one runs on the same chemistry degree that gets dismissed as just a pre-med backup. Materials scientist, materials engineer, geoscientist, hydrologist, chemist. 1 major, 5 doors, and the 2 highest paying are the 2 nobody warned you about. Here is the deeper pattern, the one worth remembering. Look at what keeps each of these jobs safe from automation. It is the same thing every time. A human has to run the real experiment, stand on the real site, sign off on the real risk. Chemistry is not a subject you memorize and hand to a machine. It is a way of judging the physical world, and judgment does not automate. And one more thing the numbers quietly prove. The longest, most crowded path in chemistry is the pre-med one. The 5 we just walked through start years sooner. Several clear 6 figures, and not one of them needs a hospital, a medical school, or a white coat. Chemistry was never the backup. It was the platform the whole time. So what do you actually do with this? Here is a move that works this week. Do not turn it into a giant talk about the rest of someone's life. That pressure freezes people. Instead, take this list of 5 and ask one small question. Out of these 5, which 2 sound the most interesting? That is it. 2. Then, and this is the hard part, do not argue with the answer even if it is not the one you would have picked. Because the research on how people choose careers is clear. The ones who explore 2 real options early are far more likely to finish a degree they actually want, instead of switching majors 3 times and burning 2 extra years of tuition. So the job this week is small. Get to 2. Then find one real thing to do with each then. A video from someone in that job, a class to look forward to, a company that hires for it. Curiosity first, commitment later. The decision does not have to happen tonight. It just has to start. Now I want to hear from you. Out of these 5 chemistry careers, materials scientist, materials engineer, geoscientist, hydrologist, chemist, which one surprised you the most? Drop the number 1 through 5 in the comments. I read them, and if a chemistry degree got more interesting than it was 10 minutes ago, you know what comes next. Pick 2. Then go find out what they really look like.